Ladies and gentlemen, as per the second video submission Patreon voting, we now have today's video. A community tier list of 30 Marvel characters that are not yet in Marvel Future Fight, but that should be added, ranked by none other than you, the good folks at home. So I have crafted a unique tier list right here of 30 characters who some exist in other games, like Strike Force, like Marvel Snap, like Contest of Champions. Some of them don't exist at all in any of those games, but there are 30 characters that I feel accurately represent the entire player base, or most of the player base, for characters that we really want to see in the game. Now, sure, there are some characters missing. For example, like Franklin Richards is not on the list. Let me just throw that out there. Colleen Wing is not on the list. Let me just throw that out there. But there's a bunch. Okay, we got mutants, we got ladies, we got boys, we got giant thing creatures that aren't exactly one or another. We got the whole shebang. Okay? So here's what we're going to do. You got 7 days to vote. The link is going to be down below in the description, as always, and in the pinned comment. And we've got 5 categories. We have must add, which means you really want that character added. I finally figured out how to do this live voting thing. We've got hell yeah, which is also pretty self-explanatory. You feel like hell yeah, they're really good. You got hot, which you can either interpret as good or literally you're attracted to, or you have some sort of proclivity for. You have which if you're Canadian, that when you say it like that, with a lot of air, that means like not really good, kind of whatever, you know, take it or leave it, sort of mediocre. And then you have just straight up pass, which means you don't really like the character at all. Oh, and you can skip apparently. Holy shit. They added some newfangled, you know, things to this live tier list thing. Okay, so we're going to start with Moondragon. This is Drax's daughter. For me, she's kind of an I used to think she was way cooler. You know what, though? She could be. I was working this angle. Holy shit. I was working this angle when I was choosing characters. For the most part, it was just characters that I thought were cool. I got about 20 characters down that way. And then I wanted to add more because I thought 20 wasn't enough. So I decided to start adding characters that would fill a role. Moondragon could be a combat female. Yes, that's right. We know how much we need those. So actually, I'm going to say hell yeah for Moondragon. Okay. Black Knight. Okay, some of these are Marvel Snap cards, so they just have the name there, so you don't have to know who it is. If you don't know who it is, I'll try to say the name if I can remember all of them, and then you can just Google it if you don't know what their powers are or whatever. Black Knight is hella cool. He's dope. I feel like he's a must-add. That's not necessarily when they will add him, whatever, you know, it's just, yeah, it's just, I think he's just a really dope character, and anything that looks kind of Dark Souls-ish, I'm all down for that. Danny Moonstar, I believe, or Mirage. I think she's pretty cool, and she's kind of hot, so we're going to put her in hot. This is Galen, actually, in Contest of Champions, but it's basically Galactus, okay? It's just Galactus with a bald cap. This is the best picture I could find of Galactus that was a square, and the references from another game. I think Galactus should be added. I know not everybody agrees with me, but for me, Galactus is a hell yeah. Havoc, must add. I think Havoc is too cool. Love him. Oh man, Hercules. Yeah, he's another must add. Absolutely awesome. Mole Man, he's pretty cool. I think I would prefer Richter, the mutant, but Mole Man's not bad. For me, he's like an but I know some people like him. Ooh, Sunspot. He's Brazilian. He does capoeira. And yeah, that would be cool. That would be a really cool mutant. I think he's a strong hell yeah. Ooh, is he a must add? No, I think he's a strong hell yeah. Okay, I don't even know this. Like, I made this list, but I didn't consider where I would rank these characters, so this is kind of new for me. Super Skrull is way too fucking cool. He's got to be a must add for me. This is Cloak and Dagger. Yeah, honestly, I just dropped something I was playing with. I think they're an I wouldn't pass on them, but I think they're like kind of I think. Well, let me say this. I think they could be really cool if they're done correctly, if they have sort of a switching ability like Mephisto's third skill where he presses it and it transforms him and you can switch every like 5 seconds between one or the other, or you can switch every 7 seconds. I think if they do it right, if the devs do it right, it's a hell yeah, or it's a must add. I'm not really confident in the devs to do it right. So they're kind of an for me. That's kind of the truth there. This is Onslaught, very recently added to Marvel Contest of Champions, aka M-Cock. Huge character, really, you know, just pulsating with strength. Very cool. I think he's a must-add. It's a combination of the minds of Magneto and Professor X. Really cool. That's Legion. One of the only ones that I couldn't find like a really obvious picture for who it is. But yeah, that's Legion. That's Professor X's son. I'm kind of ambivalent about him, to be honest with you. I think he's an but I know a lot of people really like Legion, so that's why I added it. Not all of these are characters that I necessarily like. This is Shadow King. I apologize, I did a bit of a bad job cropping, so you can see like an obvious yellow line, or purple, or pink line there, background color line. Shadow King's pretty cool, very creepy. I think they could do like a Halloween type thing for him. I think he's a hell yeah. I think he's an He's not hot. Like physically hot. I think he's hot. Not that he's physically hot, but that he's pretty good. For me, he's like pretty good. Strongman. I could have used the Marvel Snap card. Yeah, another mutant. He's kind of, honestly, he's a pass for me. Maybe I shouldn't have put him in the list. Wonder Man, however, is awesome. I love Wonder Man. I think he's really cool, designed well. I think he's a hell yeah. Blob, I think, is also quite nice. Don't think he's a hell yeah, but I would put him in the hot category. Again, not physically hot, but like cool. Werewolf by Night. Now, I used the Contest of Champions image. It now looks like shit. Now that I look at it, it looks like sort of a bad figurine taken, someone took a picture of at close range. But anyways, still a cool character. I think they should absolutely do him, like release him for Halloween. They could do a black and white version, which would be really cool in the game. I think he's a hell yeah. But we already have a werewolf kind of thing. It's iffy. It's iffy. Debris here. Debris is a pretty unknown character. She's sort of like Magneto, but not exactly. She just has telekinesis, so she can move objects with her mind. But she primarily moves debris. So any kind of debris, garbage, just stuff laying around, she can just pull all that shit to her, regardless of its weight or its size. She doesn't really have a limit. So that's cool. Also, again, I was doing this one strategically. She could be used as a combat, or she could be, created as a combat hero. Female, of course, which we need. So, yeah, we're going to put her in the hot category. Dracula. Love Dracula in all kinds of lore, whether it's just like typical lore, whether it's like Castlevania Dracula. Pretty much every iteration of Dracula is an absolute badass. And again, anything that sort of is Dark Souls or Bloodborne-ish has to be put in the game with, absolute expedition. FedEx that shit, okay? So yeah, he's a must-add. Giganto, I know absolutely nothing about this character. We're just gonna put him in hot, just because he's a big, beefy boy. High Evolutionary. I thought he was coming with Guardians of the Galaxy 3 because he's in the movie, but the devs were like, nah, we're not cool enough for that. We're too lame. They should still absolutely add High Evolutionary. I love what they did with him in Marvel Snap. He's really, really cool. I like his effect. I think this guy's a must-add. I have way too many must-adds. I'm kind of a big simp for characters. Yeah, who knew? Okay, in a game like Marvel Future Fight, being a simp for characters, crazy. Lady Deathstrike here. This is another pitch for a combat female. This would be a combat female villain, not hero. I think she's a hot, not a hell yeah, but I still think she's good. Ravonna Renslayer. Now, this is an interesting one. Doesn't have really any explored powers in the MCU as, one of the antagonists in the latest season of Loki. But I do think she'd be really cool if they gave her appropriate powers or appropriate equipment, techniques, whatever. I don't know what she has in the comics. Like, I know she has a relationship with Kang in the comics at different times. Huh? But, yeah, I'm not exactly sure. But let's be honest. We have characters like Phil Coulson who are just, like, dudes with guns. So why can't we have Ravonna Renslayer, who is basically a time traveler with a gun, so to speak? I'd put her in hot. Yeah. Celine, this one was just pure booba. I have no idea who Celine is. I just saw the dress, I saw the booba, and I was like, you know what? Gotta do this one for the boobas. So if you like booba, there you go. Happy birthday. Agatha, pretty sure she's gonna get added since she's getting a Disney Plus series. I don't know when it's gonna land. I don't know when it stops filming. I don't know when they're gonna finally choose a name, because they've changed the name like 1,000 times. I don't know if I'm hot or on Agatha. She'll come to the game eventually, so I don't really think I need to kind of simp for her. Mr. Negative. I really like the first Spider-Man game. I like the Miles Morales game. I didn't play the newest one. Don't get mad at me. It seemed kind of mid. It seemed kind of rehashed of the old shit. But Mr. Negative was super dope in the first game. He was awesome. I think he's a hell yeah. I think he has really cool powers. I think he'd have really nice animations in Marvel Future Fight. Pretty much all of these characters, besides maybe like, I don't know, Ravona would have really, even she might have really cool animation. Maybe like Giganto would have lame animations. Sebastian Shaw. So I chose this one specifically because they should do a Hellfire Gala update. I know the last one was bad. I know. I still have flashbacks to that January and how dead the game was. But they could do a proper Hellfire Gala. They could do like Apocalypse Tier 4. You know, they could do like this crazy thing. They could introduce Sebastian Shaw as like a native Tier 2 or native Tier 3 mutant. They could give him Revive. You know, they could make him like a really toxic combat villain for PvP. And he would be a mutant, so it would be really nice. I think he's a hell yeah. I think it'd be really cool to have in the game. And I really liked how Kevin Bacon played him in that one movie. Annihilus. Absolutely love this dude. Bugs all day. He's a must-add. Hell yeah. Mojo's really cool. You could introduce Longshot. You could introduce Shatterstar. There's a bunch of characters from Mojo World. I think Mojo is a hell yeah. I think Mojo... Yeah, I think Mojo's a hell yeah. Ooh, Silver Samurai. Yeah, this was just padding the vote at this point. I think he's pretty cool. Samurais are dope, but I'm going to put him in the A category. And there we go. We're done. I didn't want to... I kind of voted on purpose so I wouldn't add more than, what is that, 8 characters to each category. So I sort of tried to balance it as I was voting. It's not 100% accurate, but I think it's fairly close. But yeah, hit me up in the comments. I only passed on Strongman. Wow, that's pretty savage. Hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know who you voted for. Screenshot who you voted for. Post it on Discord. Post it on Twitter. Tag me. I would love to see how you guys feel about these characters. And if there are any big-time characters, not like niche, they've been in one comic characters, but if there are any big-time characters that you think I missed, hit me up. Let me know. Maybe if this is popular enough, we'll do another round in a couple months, and we'll add some more to this list, because I can always come back to this tier list now that I've made it, and I can just add to it. So that should be pretty fun. And then we can see every few months how the community's feelings change, because if a lot of these characters get released, then we sort of have to you know, churn out the ones that are in and replace them with new ones. So yeah, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know. Thank you so much for watching. Smash the like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.